from our state capitol newsroom, when you think about style and fashion, you probably think of them as the same thing. State Capitol reporter Chris O'Brien closes his series on Lawmakers' style with a look at how they differentiate between the two and where some of their style choices come from.
Fashion trends come and go, but I'll borrow again from another one of my colleagues. Style is never out of fashion.
As Nashville Representative Harold Love Jr. puts it, your fashion is your ability to stay current. Your style is what makes you, you. And of course, if you've been around long enough, you know Love learned his style from Harold Love Sr.
I grew up in a house where my father was always concerned about, his appearance.
Every lawmaker has their own style and their own story and routine. Take Strawberry Plains Senator Frank Nicely, for example. He walks in the Senate every day with an umbrella,
but I like one that you can hit the ground with.
Trench coat, and a hat.
If you're going to walk outside in rain, snow, hail, sleet, whatever, you're probably going to need an overcoat, and you need a hat, and you need an umbrella if it's raining.
Every lawmaker I talk to for this story says style isn't meant to break the bank, but maybe one time.
Well, if you buy good stuff, you don't have to buy it again.
In fact, Nicely's had his coat for decades.
30 years old, and it still looks good, still wear it.
And many of them credit their parents, mostly their mothers, for their sense of style.
My mother used to always tell me to make sure things match and leave the house looking like someone. If you look like somebody, they might treat you like somebody.
It may seem hard to believe, but there was a time when the legislature believed both in their work and in each other, even across party lines. Something as simple as what you were wearing could spur a conversation and help lawmakers get to know each other.
It broke down the barrier of us not knowing each other. We would exchange cufflinks.
A small gesture to begin a dialogue. In Nashville, Chris O'Brien.
Tennessee's General Assembly has many different caucuses and interest groups. One of those is called the Seersucker Caucus, which Dr. Love is a part of. The last day of each session, the caucus wears these suits, the seersucker style, to display unity and fraternity between each other and the parties.
It was also to symbolize that collectively, again, we did it. Because, the thing is, we all have the same goal when we show up. Lobbyists, legislators, administrators, executive branch, we're all supposed to come here together to work on the process of making Tennessee better when we leave.
Love admits with polarization on the rise, the caucus isn't quite as close as it used to be. Still, there are numerous caucuses between the House and the Senate. The latest potential new one, Chris says keep an eye out for a sneaker caucus.